Boom, 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 chickadee chanker, lads and lasses. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little evening transfer edition for you. It should be at 9:30, but I fell asleep earlier and had a melt. So apologies about that, but I am here tonight. It's just gone, well, it's almost 22 now. But either way, thank you so much for joining us tonight for a late night transfer roundup show. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get on for 9:30. As I said, I was melting away. But we'll cover all the major talking points and all the stories of the night. So let's have a look and see who's in here. Let's give it a refresh. We've got Sam O'Connor. Ellie, the birthday girl's in here. How you doing, Ellie? Everybody stick a birthday cake emoji in there for Ellie again tonight. It's her birthday. Dante, what's going on, Dante? Great to see you, lad. First Class Gamer, Primot, G-Wolf, Ruddy Can't Game in his house. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Ascender, Brandon C, Mark Diaz, MBG, Nick Pendrigan, Paul Van Der Beek, Ryan Burberspin 9, Ellie, Cota Worth, Footy Talk. How's everyone doing this fine evening? Do us a favour, if you're getting in here, smash that like button, lads and lasses. Give it a cheeky little thumbs up if you have not done so already. Becky Hope, great to see you this evening. I'm good. How are you doing? G-Wolf United, what's crack-a-lacking? James Price, Lucy Galbraith, get in there. Yes, that's right. Fuck the Glazers. Brandon Pillay, Joe Harb, Mark Vu, Aaron Homeyard, OP Dragon, Sirius Lee, Mr. Miyagi. Everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. Right then, let's get into it then. So what's the story of the day? The story of the day is Manchester United are a bunch of absolute haggling little meltbags. That's the story of the day. Crikey. I mean, what is happening here? I mean, we're understood to have gone in with a £12 million offer for Alex Telles, lads and lasses. I mean, what an absolute joke. We are so cheap in the transfer market, it's unbelievable. I mean, this guy has a release clause. We could have got him ages ago. We could have actually got this guy ages ago. Instead, we're fannying around, trying to save money, pinching pennies, usual bloody goblinry that occurs with having a potato as our chief exec and having the Glazers as our bloody owners. So, Alex Telles, look, Porto's asking price to Man United is around about somewhere in the region of, we're understanding, 20, 25, 27 million euros, somewhere around there. 29 million euros, somewhere around there. Because he's going to be a free agent next summer. So you can't expect to get his minimum fee release clause in all honesty, unless Porto are adamant on keeping him another year, because he does have a contract that's running out next summer, right? But we're understood to be trying to get him for 12 million. United's stance is similar to the Brazilians, and it's understood that a valuation in the region of £12 million is viewed as more realistic. What a piss take from our football club, honestly. There's an awareness in the players' camp and at United that Porto's need for money from Telles' sale to finance investment in Sergio Contral's squad may force down the fee. Telles would be clear in January to talk to clubs about a summer move as a free agent. So how it works, obviously, in January, he would only have 6 months left on his contract, which means that he can actually sign terms with another club. He wouldn't be leaving Porto until the end of his contracted date in the summer, but he can talk to other clubs. So Porto are fully aware of this, absolutely. But they want, from what we understand, this is what's being reported today anyway. Guardian, a bunch of different other news sources are reporting this, that Porto has set an asking price of about £18.3 million, and yet United are trying to haggle that down to 12. That's what we're hearing right now. I mean, we had some reports yesterday to say that 23 million euros was about Manchester United's offer, but this news coming out today, or tonight rather, about £12 million, haggling down from £18 million. That is just a kick in the cojones. That's a kick in the cojones if you're a United fan. Here we are, scratching around, blindly hoping that we're going to get some bloody players in. And you've got these fat cat twats at the top of this football club, debating and haggling and pulling their plonkers over £6 million in difference when this is bloody Manchester United we're talking about. So we should absolutely be getting this guy in. We should absolutely be paying the money. 18 million, it's nothing. It's chump change for a player of Alex Telles' quality. We know that we want to get him for a cheap deal. I mean, look at Thiago. Thiago Alcantara went to Liverpool for 20 million euros. He's a 29-year-old world-class midfielder who's just come from Bayern. So you're never going to get 36 million for Alex Telles right now. So we do have to negotiate, of course. But this is a piss take. What happened to the days of United just being able to get the deal over the line and actually get it through the door? Instead, we're just fannying around like we are indeed a bunch of fannies. It does my head in, man. I mean, look, Alex Telles wants to come. He's adamant that he wants to come. He knows that Manchester United is the destination for him. But yet still, United still cannot get the business done with the football club. We are pathetic when it comes to negotiations. Why? Why are we so bloody pathetic when it comes to negotiations, lads and lasses? It makes no sense. We should be able to, take a reasonable stance here and meet people in the middle. But unfortunately, it seems like we just want everything our way a little bit. We just want everything a little bit our way. And it's a piss take. Yeah, we can't be seen overpaying for players. I get that. Look at the last couple of seasons. Slabby Maguire, 80 million. We're a laughing stock for paying that amount for Slabby Maguire. So we can't bloody be seen doing this. But at the same time, you have to get the deals done sooner. Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer is desperate for players, though. Solskjaer's desperate for players. We started the season. We lost against Palace. He's desperate for players. And we're fannying around over a few million euros difference. Shocker. It's a shocking window, this one, guys. So that's the main news of the evening. I just wanted to get that out there and say that I personally think that this is an absolutely atrociously gash negotiation again by United. We've seen it all summer long with our pursuits of players, really. Okay, the Donny deal went ridiculously smooth, to be fair. Mostly because of Edwin van der Sar, probably. But every other deal we've been linked to, we've either just completely been stitched up by another team coming in, or we've completely fannied around until it just looks like it may or may not happen come the end of the window, such as Jaden Sancho. Oh, there's over 100 of you tuning in right now live this evening. Thank you for stopping by for this late night show. Smash that thumbs up button, lads and lasses, and smash a 1 in the live chat if you are pissed off about this Telles business, because this is a joke of a deal so far. The negotiations of an absolute lemming we have got as a football club. Because the guy wants to come, and look, Solskjaer needs him. Solskjaer wants the competition there for Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's too bloody injury prone. We've got Brandon Williams who could play on the right. We would have all together much better fullback prowess, much better depth if we did that. We'd have Brando going over to the right hand side. We'd have Telles and Luke Shaw on the left. It would be brilliant. It'd be so much better. Plus Telles offers you, the free kicks, the penalties, the set pieces, the goals, the assists. He's an attacking player. He's a good player to have in the side if you want to have somebody to make an impact in a game. So yes, it's a no-brainer for us. We should have paid the few million extra it would take to meet them in the middle and get the deal over the line, rather than fannying around and insulting them with £12 million offers and shit like that. Ridiculous. So look, he takes penalties. He scored 11 times in the Portuguese top flight last year, made 8 assists. In 158 Premier League appearances, United, Luke Shaw, has scored once and made 7 assists. So, okay, it's the Premier League, it's different. But Alex Telles, last season, 11 times in the Portuguese top flight, he scored and he got 8 assists in the Portuguese top flight, even more in all competitions for them. So that goes to show you the level of difference of the sort of fullback you're going to get. This is somebody, I hark back to the days of a Dennis Irwin. Dennis Irwin at this football club, a great set-piece taking left back. I love that. I love to have a great set-piece taking left back for corners, free kicks, penalties. It's very useful to have. And sure, Bruno Fernandes is the man, but it's still very good to have another player like this in there. So tell us, we've got to get him, guys. Clam J with a super chat. Thank you very, very much. He comments and says, this is a donation to the guy spamming the chat for a PayPal donation. Is there somebody spamming the chat for a PayPal donation? Don't be spamming this chat for a PayPal donation. Don't be asking the Bacon Brigade for no monies. Oh no, unless they want to give you the monies, they ain't going to give you the monies, Hey, no worries, Clam J. Thank you so much. I will not be transferring this to that person. Hey, but either way, Clam J, thank you so much for your super chat there, buddy. Absolute legend. Sayabonga Undlov, what's going on? Ruddy can't game in here as well. What's he say? 30 years. Space it out. Let others get in the comments. Oh, okay. Sorry. Speaking of some. Right. Okay. So yes, Gash-tastic there. Thank you, Clam J, very much for your super chat there, dude. Thank you to everybody who's getting in here. Lucy Galebrave says, Pig, I've had to come off Twitter. United effing my days up day in and day out. I don't blame you, Lucy. Twitter's a minefield of toxicity and gash when it comes to United. And to be fair, it's just massively frustrating. Seriously, what's going on? He says, fuck Judge, fuck Woodward, fuck the window fitters, the Glazers. Absolutely spot on, mate. Good comments there, good comments. It's after Watershed, so we can swear. We can swear anyway. I don't give a fuck. Manuel Quarteng says, Sanchez deal closed. Yeah. All right, we'll get onto some Sancho bit in a bit, in business in a bit. But I just want to finish talking about this Telles deal because it is a preposterous situation. United's stance is similar to the Brazilians, and it is understood a valuation in the region of £12 million for Alex Telles is viewed as more realistic. Gideon MJ says Twitter is toxic, spot on. Jeanette Pugh, United building a good team, give it 2 seasons more. That's the spirit, Jeanette. Nice one. Great to have you all in here tonight, I must say. First Class Gamer, how you doing? Vincent Bullock, Dejan, CFC, VK Dean, Johnny Gallagher, MBG, Sam O'Connor, Ascender. After 30 years, Scouse has stole our title. Espen Gavin and everybody else. Thank you so much for getting in here. So then, we are in the midst of negotiations with Alex Telles. Don't believe any reports to say that this business is done or here we go or anything like that. Don't believe it, guys. It's not true. This is United we're talking about. We are a bunch of haggling melts. We will haggle for this deal until we're blue in the face. We will haggle for this deal until we've shaved another couple of £100,000 off the deal, because that's the sort of football club we are. We have the biggest penny pinchers as owners that there are and a complete human potato in charge of proceedings. So that's the reason why. Matty Judge as well. What does that twat even actually do other than look like a complete gimboid? What does it actually do? So I don't know what the hell is the matter with us and getting deals over the line, but that's the situation. We are still negotiating. We are still going back and forth with FC Porto at this moment in time. Hopefully it can be a deal that can be agreed sooner rather than later. Surely there'll be a point in the middle where we can meet them. You would think if our club has any capabilities at all in getting negotiations done at this stage, which we're not sure if we've got any faith in them to do so. But if they do, then, hopefully he'll be a player in the next few days, because we need him. We need to get this guy in here. Every United fan wants to see him. He's got brilliant stats. I mean, smash a 1 in the live chat if you just want Alex Telles at this football club now. Because that's how I feel. I'm just sick and tired now. I would pay the extra $5 million and just get him now. Just give the fans something. Going in against Brighton again at the weekend with the same guff that we had before against Crystal Palace. The same team that has openly admitted that we need to add some competition for places in the side. That every pundit, current and ex-Manchester United player has come out and said that this club is a shambles at the moment in this window. We're being left behind. Look at all these ones coming in. Becky Hope, Vincent, Kyan Banahasham, hello mate, Nolly Flips, Paul van der Beek, Mark Voot, Powell, Brick, Craig C, OP Dragon, Tom Pavlovich, Showbas Pachikam. I love all the names on this channel, by the way. I love all the regulars getting in here, with all the class. There's so many great names. Showbas Pachikam, you know what I mean? What a great name. Matty Taylor's in the house, Stephen Bezic, Wayne Hodgkinson, Mark Diaz, Cress Welsing says no one is coming. Well, I still think we're going to get some players, because, the fans will go nuts if we don't get any players. Ollie's going to be screwed if we don't get any players in. So I do think we're going to get some players in between now and the end of the window. I just think that it's probably going to be later rather than sooner. It's probably going to be closer to the end of the window as opposed to right now. So what do you guys think about the Telles deal? Do you think we can get the situation wrapped up and agreed with Porto? That's going to be the biggest issue. It's not the player. It's not the manager. He wants to come and play for us. It's the deal with the club. So do you actually think, just stick a yes or a no in the live chat to say if we're going to get this wrapped up? Because there's a good chance we could bottle this one, There's a good chance we could bottle this one. Adam Maloney comments, Pig, I still believe. Nice one there. Thank you very much, Adam Maloney, for getting in here. Yes, I still believe we're going to get some players too, because, like I say, we need them, and it would be pretty preposterous to think that we would start the new season when clubs like Chelsea have made 10 signings, when Liverpool have added, when City have added, when Leeds, when Newcastle, when loads of other teams in the Premier League have added players. It would be preposterous to think that we're going to start the new campaign with the same squad as last year, plus just Donny van der Beek, a player you can argue is definitely not the area that needed strengthening the most. So, yeah, that would be preposterous to think that we would start the new season like that. Andy1753, how are you doing, Andy? Mark Voot says, Rushmeister, thumbs up. Everybody stick the thumbs up on the video if you haven't done so already. Smash a like on it. And also, get in there with your love heart emojis for all the moderators, such as Mr. Matty Rush, such as the birthday girl, Ellie, and First Class Gamer, etc., for the great job that they do. MBG says, this one is one of the most frustrating transfer windows I've experienced. Good shout, it is for me. It's right up there with the David Moyes window. That was one of the most infuriating ever, because we knew we needed a whole bunch of players and it just never really materialised. We kept going from one target to the next target to the next target. Ultimately, panic buying Marouane Fellaini last day of the bloody window, which is a panic buy. If Moyes wanted Fellaini, he could have got him at the start of the window for about 6 million less, because he signed a new contract. He could have got him for 6 million less at the start of the window. So it was clearly a panic buy, and it was clearly an awfully overseen transfer window, that one. But this is right up there. It is. This is right up there. I mean, Donny's a good signing. He is. I think he's going to be a very good player for United. But it's not a game changer. It's not a complete game changer where we're actually plugging a problem position in the side, like getting an Upper Meccano type player in or a Sancho type player. It's not that. It's just like adding good quality to somewhere you've already got good depth. So yes, that's a big concern about Alex Telles. I hope that it's going to be in the next couple of days, lads and lasses. But when do you guys think we're going to see the deal done? Clam J comments, Schneidlin, what a flop that was. There you go. So many players we bought over the years that just have not worked out at United. Mark Diaz comments, any news on Smalling sticking to a price and won't accept anything less? A little hypocritical, do you think? Absolutely, Mark Diaz. That's exactly what it is. It's pure hypocrisy, my friend. Our board, our owners are holding out for somewhere it's believed to be in the region of £18 million that they want for Chris Smalling from Roma. I just don't see that happening. I think 13, 14, 12, 10, somewhere around there makes a lot more sense for a 31-year-old Chris Smalling at this moment in time. Plus, you're getting a player off of our books. It clears the path for somebody else to come in there and take those wages effectively. So, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Get rid of him. Get him off of our books. It doesn't matter about the initial fee here. Really, it's more about just cashing in and getting... Of course, you want to try and squeeze as much out of it as possible, but there's got to be a time and a place. You have to get the deal done sooner rather than later. And taking a few million hit on Chris Smalling, like you say, it's hypocrisy. We don't want Alex Telles for any more than 12 million, whatever crap offer we're supposed to have put in there today, which just sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? When he's got £36 million release clause, that's 40 million euros. Yeah, he doesn't have long left on the contract. Porto could lose him at the end of next season for nothing if they didn't sell him now. So in a way, they're pressuring Porto quite well, because they know that. They know that if they don't sell him in this window, they're going to lose him for nothing next time. So that's why United have gone in so low. But at the same time, it's pure low-balling, piss-poor tactics from United, especially when we are desperate to get players in. So there's no good excuse for doing this other than just to squeeze a few extra rubles down on the price. What a joke. What a freaking joke, man. Soccer Artist FC, hello to you. What's going on? He says, is Alex fast as Shaw? He's fast as Fook, my friends. Yeah, he is. Kevin Kazan says, can't even sell... I don't know if who's faster, though. I don't know who's faster. Kevin Kazan says, can't even sell players who our other teams want to buy. Yeah, that's the problem with our wage structure and what they're on. They're basically just like unattainable players for most of these teams. Unless we were going to pay a percentage of their contract to play for somebody else, nobody wants these bastards because they're just on so much money. Okay then, so let's get on to the next topic then, lads and lasses of the show, and tell me if you want to talk about anything in particular, Telles, whatever, get your thoughts in as we go along. Papa Stores, I'm doing good, mate. How you doing, Papa Stores? Thanks for stopping by and getting involved. Everyone, there's about 200 of you legends tuning in right now, so smash that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes and get involved in the comment section. If you're lurking in the background and you haven't got involved here, what are you doing? Get involved in the comment section, like Charlie, who comments and says, do you think we're getting Sancho? Nice one, Charlie. Right then, well, I'll get into that now then, mate. So, Jaden Sancho, look at this bullshit story that's come out tonight. There's actually I say legitimate, definitely not legitimate, illegitimate people talking about this like it's a real business tonight. Man United to submit final take it or leave it offer for Jaden Sancho next week. The Red Devils will table a bid comprised of £75 million up front with a further £15 million in add-ons as they aim to prize the star away from Borussia Dortmund before the window closes. This is from the Mirror. So you know it's absolute bloody bullshit. And yet everybody seems to be reporting this like it's bloody fact. It's fucking bullshit. This is a story from the Mirror. You know what I mean? You might as well go into your bathroom and ask your mirror, who's the bloody fairest of them all? Are we going to get Jaden Sancho from Dortmund? That's what we might as well ask, because this is preposterous, my friends. Mr. YOLO Man with a super chat, thank you for getting in here. He says, got him to a point where I don't even care if Sancho comes. Spending so much time on this deal sucks all the joy out of it. 100% Mr. YOLO Man. This sucks, dude. Talking about this Sancho business, we're getting sick and tired of it, guys. We need some news. Never mind will he, won't he, hearsay bullshit. We need some absolute concrete news in this window. For fuck's sake. Like Sancho, yeah, we're probably just going to wait till the end of the window and put in a low ball offer. That's true. But this is ridiculous. We're not submitting a 19 million bid for Sancho this week. You know, this is bullshit. I mean, this is from the Mirror. United Chief Executive Ed Wood, but loads of people are talking about like this like it's some legitimate fact. This ain't a legitimate fact. This is written by some twat in the Mirror. Ed Woodward would inform Dortmund there will be no negotiating over the fee or structure of the deal. Oh, okay. Sancho has been heavily linked with the move to Old Trafford throughout the summer, and although the 5th of October transfer deadline is fast approaching, United's chiefs are confident of getting the deal over the line, yes. The Red Devils' pursuit of the 20-year-old winger has nearly lasted for 3 months, with Dortmund's £108 million price tag, asking price, proving to be a significant stumbling block. The German Giants claimed the deadline to sign Sancho was August 10th, but United are convinced their hefty offer will convince the club to sell. Do you think that this story, reported by The Mirror, is legitimate, lads and lasses? Stick a 1 in the live chat if you think that this story is legitimate. There's people out there online in the social media world talking like this Mirror story's legit. It's not legit, my friends. I'm just telling you now. Fake news. Fake news, guys. It's fake news, guys. You know, this is Make America Great Again, but this is fake news. I don't know. This is definitely fake news to me, I think. It's piss poor. It's what it is. I think it looks absolutely ridiculous and it's just not true. In fact, Konstantin Eckner, who's a very reputable writer and broadcaster for ESPN, BBC, The Times, etc., Konstantin Eckner has simply said on social media, he tweeted at 20 to 10 tonight in response to this report that MUFC will make a £90 million bid for Sancho this week. He just simply replied, no. So there you go. It's just fake news, guys. It's absolutely fake. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, look, United should be going in there with an offer like that. Facts are the facts. If United did offer that, they'd probably get him. £90 million, I don't know, actually. They probably wouldn't get him because they want £108 million. That's an £18 million discrepancy. I don't see Dortmund really going for that, to be fair. Maybe. But I personally think even if it was true, it would just not be that it wouldn't be that attractive a proposition for Dortmund. Because that's 18 million less than they wanted. They've already had this negotiation at the start of the window. They'd said as much that if we didn't get the business done on the 10th of August, they would keep him. So unless we actually met their valuation or very close to it, I don't see that happening. So it's just bullshit news, guys. Jimmy Masters, a load of dog turd. Absolutely. Look at all these twos getting in here. Yeah, exactly. No. It's not a legit story, but if you actually look at some of the melts and clowns on social media tonight reporting that it's legitimately, or speaking about it like it's legit, it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic, guys. So don't even believe it for a second. United probably will go back for a Jaden Sancho, another bite at the cherry, come back near the end of the season, into the end of the window and try and get him for cheap. They probably will do that. Otherwise, we would have gone on and moved on to new targets. The club would have briefed the media, basically, that he's no longer on the agenda and that we're moving on to somebody else, and we could not reach an agreement with Dawn. That's how it works, guys. So we must still be in for him to a degree. Something else may crop up. We may decide, look, we need to get a different player. We need to get Upamecano and David Neres instead or something like that. Boost our overall team. They might decide something like that. But they're still in for Jaden Sancho at this point which actually means they're not in for Jaden Sancho at this moment in time. That's what it actually means. Like, there's no new negotiations to report here, guys. United may go back at the end of the window and have another offer and have a bid and try and meet them somewhere in the middle. Which will probably, depending on how much they offer and our negotiation style, may end in tears again. But certainly at this moment in time, there's no offer like that on the table. There's no offer like that on the table, and nor is there one coming. Over 100 likes on the vid, over 250 of you legends tuning in. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you all stopping by. Mr. Miyagi, what's going on? Simon Bennett, yes, Simon. He comments, it's like buying a car at 20,000, offering 12.5k with £25 for every 1,000 miles, £100 motorway journey, and a 1k for every time it breaks the speed limit. You're absolutely right. It is like offering that, mate. Pretty much. Craig C says, Pig, bidding 75 million plus 50 million in add-ons for Sancho. Nowhere near good enough. Why do United think that they can dictate the fee? Dortmund don't need to sell him. Yeah, I mean, it's BS anyway, that story, Craig C, to be fair. But certainly I agree with you, though. Like, I don't really understand where this arrogance comes from, where we think that we can just bully other teams in the transfer window. We're not that huge club in terms of having the power to just dominate the transfer window that we were 10 or 15 years ago. We're just not, whichever way you look at it. So I don't see what makes us think that we can bend Dortmund over here with Sancho and get him for a lot cheaper. But I'm telling you now, if United do make an agreement with Dortmund for Sancho come the end of the window, it's not going to be for a lot less money than what they wanted. Now, the structuring may be something to look at. Maybe the initial fee will not be as big as you might expect, but I still think it's going to have to be close to 120 million euros. Now, that's 108 million pounds. Now, maybe closer to 100 million pounds would get the deal done. What we're talking about here is a 90 million offer. I agree, it's not enough. If you were going to go and get Sancho for 90 million pounds, then why couldn't you have offered that at the start of the window? And if Dortmund would have rejected it, then obviously because they want 120 million, so they're just holding out to get more. You're holding out to get less, so meet them somewhere at about 100 then. It makes sense, doesn't it? So it won't be that much of a saving if Manchester United do get Sancho. I don't think it's not like you're going to see us sign him for £75 million and 15 down the line, which is what this deal is stating. £75 million up front, 15 down the line. That's not a good enough offer for Jaden Sancho at this stage. Otherwise, I'm sure we'd have been able to have a deal with Dortmund nearer the start of the transfer window. Salim Umar comments, Man United budget before transfer windows open, 700 million. When transfer windows open, 75p. Yeah. Seems like it. Jimmy Popperpill comments, Dortmund made losses of 40 million last year, set to be down again this year with COVID. There you go. Look, I have said before, at this current situation and moment in time for Dortmund, where every football club has been affected massively by this COVID pandemic, and their commercialisation, their earning abilities, their match day revenues, everything has been hurt. Absolutely everything. So they are losing a heck of a lot of money at the moment, most football clubs. United are no different, really. We've still taken a hit and taken a knock in this current time. But yes, Dortmund, I think, is a club that would definitely welcome £100 million into the coffers right now. That would sort a lot of problems out for the club at Dortmund, absolutely, if they got £100 million right now. We see them signing other players. We see them signing that young Man City player earlier on today. We see them looking and being linked with other players such as Ismail Assar. So it's possible if they did do a little bit of transfer dealings in the next couple of weeks, it might be a further indicator as to what the plan is for Jaden Sancho. But certainly Jaden Sancho, Dortmund, 100 million, somewhere around that, get the deal done. They would be happy with that. They would get a huge injection of cash at a very important time for them right now. Because it is a gash time in the world, guys, and Dortmund are losing money just like anybody else. So if they could get 100 mil for an asset that they got from City for at 17 years of age and developed him, it's an absolute no-brainer for them. That is a brilliant piece of business, isn't it? United have to pay the money, though, and I don't think a combined total of £90 million, which this bullshit article states, would be enough. I just don't think that'd be enough. Otherwise, we could have got the business done earlier on in the window. I'm convinced of that. So I think it's bullshit. What do you guys think? Do you think it's bullshit? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think it's bullshit. Tom Pavlovich says, yes, agree, 100 million. It's got to be 100 million. It's almost like that's the significant figure. 100 million. Pounds probably as well, not even euros, pounds. Because they wanted 120 million euros. So do you think we're really going to get them for less than 100 million euros? I don't think so. I think it's got to be 100 million euros. And then what's that? Like 88 million or something? Who knows? 90 million? But then you've got to maybe talk about some a bit further down the line as well. Like, we have to get the deal done for Sancho. They're going to want compensating. Jeanette Pugh says, Dortmund need the dough. Well, that is the one good thing about it. Look at all these ones coming in the live chat. Yeah, it's a piss take. Jonathan Gallagher says, Pig, I'm pissed off at the board. I don't blame you, Johnny Gallagher. So it's a joke, my friend. Piano Girl, boom, chaka-laka-laka-laka-la. How you doing, Piano Girl? Look at that. Oh, check it out. Your badge has changed to the purple bad boy. Sick. Nice one, Piano Girl. Thanks for getting in there. She says, same shit, different season, Flying Pig United. You're right about that. You're right about that. It is the same old rubbish, isn't it? Every single window we have this out. Disappointment, awful haggling. It's so frustrating when you look at like how Chelsea go about their business. And I know they've got a crazy Russian billionaire and all that. But even so, just their negotiation factor. They just go and get it done. Mark Voot says, Ryan, exactly, mate. Liam Hardy comments, Pig, I watched The Nightmare on Elm Street on your recommendation. It was garbage. Did I recommend it or did I say that it was garbage? I'm pretty sure I said it was garbage, actually. And I said we could make our own better movie, which would be Nightmare on Sir Matt Busby Way, starring Eddie Kruger, you know, at the Theatre of Nightmares. Showbass Patchacam says, ESPN reporting United in a loss over 100 million. Your thoughts? Yeah, it's no surprise, is it, with those Glazer bastards at the wheel? But I saw something about that earlier, Showbass Patchacam. You're absolutely right. Let me just see if I can get that article up, actually. Yeah, it's a disgrace, mate. I mean, this is the thing with our football club and our owners. They're just a disgrace. Here we go. Manchester United, financial losses set to exceed 100 million due to the coronavirus pandemic. So this is a pretty serious situation. United will publish United will publish their year-end accounts in mid-October, which is set to underline the full scale of the financial impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, with the club's running total of losses over the last 6 months already in excess of £75 million and likely to top 100 million before the end of the year. How much of that is servicing debt? £40 million? How much do we pay to that debt every single season, the bastards? United will post their financial figures for the fourth quarter at the same time, with that period covering business from April 1st to June 30th. It will give a full insight into the losses caused by football being suspended in mid-March and closed to paying supporters ever since. Sources have told ESPN United lose between £4 to £5 million every time Old Trafford stages a match behind closed doors. And the club has to date played 7 competitive matches at home in front of empty stands. What does that tell you guys? £4 to £5 million that the club actually loses every single time that we go to play a game at Old Trafford behind closed doors. Well then, you know what people can do when football comes back and crowds are supposed to come back? I'm sorry, I know you want to support your club and you love them, but if you're disgusted with the ownership of this football club, if you are disheartened with how we negotiate in this window, if you are disgusted with how that they've serviced this debt, bought this club, own it from America, don't come to games, don't give a shit, don't service this club properly, and don't put 100% back into the football club, then you know what you can do. You can actually vote with your feet, can't you? No, not now, because it's obviously closed off to fans anyway, so it doesn't help. But when it comes back, when football comes back and the crowds come back, £4 to £5 million every match day. Well, if Old Trafford, not only would that send a ridiculous message when Manchester United, one of the greatest teams in the world, are playing in front of only away fans, which would be shit, obviously, but it would also cost them a shit ton of money. And that is where they really count. That's where the Glazers really feel it. That's where they're going to look at it and go, do you know what? We're losing all this money every single week because everyone hates us. If we just sold the club, we could probably make 3 or 4 billion, and then, you know, that's it. We're going to get out. It makes sense to do something like that, guys. Like, people will say, oh, that will hurt the match day. That will hurt the people, the hot dog sellers. That will hurt the... And that's true, and that is a horrible byproduct of a protest such as that. But that's what should be done, lads and lasses. Everybody who's buying the Sancho shirts when he signs, if he signs, or buying the current new shirts and stuff, you're actually having a bit of a mare, guys. You know, I'm sorry, because all you're doing is supporting this current regime and the piss-poor way that they go about it. So personally, I think you should take a look at yourselves and not do that at this moment in time, because you're just blindly supporting the cause and you don't know what that money's being spent on. In fact, we do know what it's being spent on. It's being spent on servicing debts. It's being spent on the lavish lifestyles of the rich and the famous and the Glazers over there, my friends. Tom Zadok says, nice one, George Best 7. Great to see you. Tom Zadok says, Old Trafford socially distanced demonstration against the board. What do you think, Mr. Flying Pig HD? Yes, I think that's a good idea. I do think at this moment in time, it's not the safest idea, but I know what you're saying, socially distancing, yes. But it has got the potential to get out of hand, that. Maybe it's not the right time for that. I know what you're saying. But yes, ultimately, definitely. Match day demonstrations are the way forward. 100%. But the problem with that is, there was supposed to be one a few months ago. Well, not a few months ago, 6 months ago, whenever it was. And about 12 people left the stadium. People were supposed to leave the stadium in the 20th minute or something like that out of protest. About 12 people left. As soon as United scored, nobody bloody left. That's the situation. United fans have to make themselves heard. And the easiest way to make themselves heard is by making the Glazers feel it in the wallet, to be honest with you. IRA Sunday, hello, he says, so glad I tuned in early today. I always close late from work. What is the update? Good man, IRA Sunday. We'll get into an update very, very shortly. But basically, it's just this Tellez deal is taking freaking ages. United are negotiating £12 million we offered and shit like that. They said no, we're going back and forth. It's a joke. And also Sancho deal, you know, there's some bullshit news about an offer being made by United right now for 90 million combined, 75 million up front, 15 million down the road. That's PS as well. Nice one. So anyway, hang on a sec. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, piss poor, United losing money. Well, that's the thing. I hate to say it, and I know I know program sellers, scarf sellers, match day, staff, the local staff, the everyday salt of the earth people that work for Manchester United would be affected by a level of protest such as that, by people protesting with their feet and not going to games when football does indeed come back. They would also be hurt by that, but only in the short term. And that's the thing. And sometimes if you want to make a little bit of progress, you've got to crack a few eggs if you want to make an omelette. You know what I mean? That's what they say. So yeah, look, we'll see. With United also owing the Premier League broadcasters a rebate of at least £20 million due to the disruption to scheduling as a result of the pandemic, and the club unable to earn in excess of £10 million on a lucrative pre-season tour this summer. Even one of the world's most profitable football clubs is having to deal with escalating losses. The club has also been unable to sell season tickets due to uncertainty over when the fans will be able to return, and United will lose out on a further £37.5 million if the 2020-21 season is played behind closed doors in its entirety. Sources have told ESPN that the losses caused by the pandemic are a major factor in the club's caution during the transfer window, in which they have made just one signing so far, spending £40 million on Ajax midfielder Donny van der Beek. So, lads and lasses, that's very true. I mean, if anybody's going to be reluctant to spend money right now, it will be a club that's going to put up losses of £100 million for the last financial year. In all honesty, are we really expecting them to go and spend massive money this window when everybody else around them isn't necessarily, unless they've got Russian billionaire oligarch owners? They need to spend the money, don't they? I mean, we'd all be happy if they got Sancho in and Telles and Donny. I think we'd all take that. We'd be like, yeah, okay, they've spent hundreds of millions. They've got 3 players in. We may not have got our centre back, but still, we've got a good few players coming, which is massive for us. So I think most people would take that. What do you guys reckon? Would you take that? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you would take Sancho, Telles, and Donny. Smash anything else in the live chat if you think that maybe would still not be enough and that shouldn't be our priority. Let us know. Matt Rush with a super chat. Thank you very much, Matt Rush. Comments, yes, United have lost £130 million due to the COVID, but they also have the biggest revenue, shirt sales, advertising, social media, and they took a bank loan of £140 million earlier in the year. They have the cash. Absolutely, Matty the Rushmeister. Thank you so much for the update. Yeah, they're basically safeguarded against this loss by taking a big bloody loan out. Now, if that's not the Glazers and Woodward for you, I don't know what is. Scum, man. It is true. Further debts getting us in debt, really. It's a disgrace. But yes, you're right. We should have the money to spend. We should be signing these players. This is a time for investment now. This is a time for backing the manager. This is a time for improving the side. And if we can do that, come the end of the window and spend a lot of that money, then we will all be pretty reasonably happy, I think, that they spent the money. Look at all these ones coming in the live chat. There you go. There's a couple of 2s, but look at all those ones in the live chat. Most people are like, yeah, we can understand. If they just sign a few players, we understand they can't just go and spend hundreds of millions right now. We don't have an oligarch owner, and with the club making a big loss, everybody understands that that's got to be the way it is. So I completely agree with you, Matt Rush. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you so much for your help with the transfer sources. You're an absolute fountain of knowledge. Please do us a favour, everyone. Stick that love heart emoji in there for Matty the Rushmeister. Lucy Galbraith. Nice one, Luce. She comments they took 1.5 billion out of the club by the players. Lucy, it is a complete shocker, really, that they were even allowed to buy this club with £800 million worth of debt and have been servicing it since. That's why United's facilities are getting left behind. That's why we don't invest fully in the squad each season like a lot of other teams at the top do. It's because of their servicing that debt and the fact that we are shackled by their ownership. So, yeah, I completely agree, Lucy, and thank you so much for the super chat. I find it a disgrace, the way that this club is run and the fact that they were even allowed to buy this football club to begin with. If only we could just get those bastards out of our football club, honestly. We'd be so much better off if we just had owners that cared. If we just had owners that wanted to see United succeed out there, who attended games, who watched on, who celebrated like a fan. Is that so much to bloody ask from your owner? I mean, bloody Roman Abramovich at Chelsea, say what you want about him, but he's passionate about his club. And that is what you want from an owner. You don't want a House of Fraser Sports Direct pie-eating bloody Mike Ashley twat, which is, we're only one step away from that, really, with the Glazers. Samuel Njenga says protests will kick them out. I hope so, Samuel, mate. We need to protest. The voice need to make it. The fans need to make their voices heard. Certainly, when football comes back, you can protest with your feet. Now, I know that's not going to be good for a lot of people. Like Matt Rush, for instance, a season ticket holder, and he's desperate to watch United play again because he loves watching United. That's what he loves doing. So I understand that people don't want to do that, but sometimes you kind of have to look at the bigger picture. Yeah, I would do Tom Zadok, yeah, if they asked me. IRA Sunday says, oh yeah, I heard, and I also heard United want Tagliafico. Is that true? IRA Sunday, it is true that you've heard that. I've got a little bit more information here about the Tagliafico situation. It's understood that Manchester United have made an inquiry about Ajax fullback Nicolas Tagliafico. Tellez remains the priority, but United keeping their options open. Yeah. It's just more media spin here, guys. More media spin to try and put pressure on Porto to accept a real low ball offer. 12 minutes. I'll give everybody an update then who's just getting in here, because there is just a bunch of new people getting in. 270 of you legends watching this video. Please do us a favour if you have not done so already. Smash the thumbs up, lads and lasses. We're almost at 150 likes. Smash the like on it. 2-foot tackle it. Zidane headbutt it. Roy Keane stomp it. Do what you got to do. Please do smash your thumbs up button on it, lads and lasses. And also, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button too. But yeah, so in regards to Tagliafico, we're understood to be keeping our options open there in case we can't get the Tellez deal done. But it's all just PR bullshit media spin, of course, to say to Porto, please, you have to accept our offer. That's basically all it is. We've gone in low. To give everyone an update who's just getting in here, The Guardian are reporting that Manchester United target Alex Tellez is a hold up in the transfer simply because United are lowballing Porto. United have gone in there with a £12 million offer for this player who has a release clause of £36 million in his contract. His contract's running out. That's why we're going so lowball, because his contract's running out. Like in January, he can speak to clubs. We could sign him in January for nothing. He wouldn't come to us until the end of the season, but we can actually agree terms with him and sign him and get the transfer in place in January. So Porto are fully aware of that situation. They know that they can't do that they can't have a player just leave for nothing. So they are going to have to cash in on him this transfer window if they want to sell him. But they don't have to sell him for 12 million. I mean, 18 million, 24 million, somewhere around there, it makes a heck of a lot more sense than what we have gone in for, which is understood to be at this point as being reported at even as low as £12 million. Also, Porto's asking price to Manchester United is being reported at about €20 million, £18.3 million, which is reasonable as fuck, isn't it? For a player like Alex Tellez, who contributed 25 goals in 49 appearances for Porto last year. It's reasonable as fuck. And if you just could pay the money and get him in a few days earlier, then you would. Why haggle over a few million quid here at this stage? Well, that's what a normal club would do and an actual passionate fan might do to try and improve the situation and help Ollie and the squad out. But no, not the Glazers, not Woodward, not Matty Judge, not these pie-eating potatoes that own our football club. No. What they actually do is just penny pinch. They are prepared to wait it out a little bit for Tellez, saying, nah, you know what, 12 million, that's our limit, guys, yeah. Nobody else is coming in for him, are you going to lose him in January for nothing? Yeah, we'll just wait a little bit. What's that? Oh, yeah, we're speaking of Tagliafico now, yeah. Sure you don't want to take 12 million, guys? That's the sort of bullshit negotiation we're doing right now. And it's completely transparent, and I just think that it's a bit insulting. We keep lowballing teams. We keep asking them to bend really a lot when there's no real expectation for them to do that. As far as they're concerned, they could keep their player for another season, a player that contributed all those goals. And yeah, he might be want away and unhappy, but ultimately they could get another year's service out of him. We just want to pay like 12 million instead of 18. Exactly. Jimmy Marsh comments, 12 million is an insult. You're so right, Jimmy Marsh. It's a massive insult, Jimmy. Like, there's no real basis for it. Like, he's got a release clause of 36 million. He's a great player. He's a good player for them. He's a big player for them. You might actually be able to get him for 12 million. You seriously might if you wait it out until the last day of the window. Because like I say, Porto, unless they get offers elsewhere for a bigger amount, they probably will be inclined to accept that offer come the end of the window. Because they'll lose him in January for nothing. Well, not in January, but he can agree terms with another club in January for nothing. So, of course, they're going to be more likely to accept a low offer. Man United are aware of this. That's why we are playing the hard game. That's why we're playing hardball on this one. Because we know that they'll probably take a few million less. It's disgusting. When we could just pay a few million more and get him right now, which could be the difference maker to 3 points or not as far as I'm concerned. What have you got? 2 games before the window closes? Brighton and Newcastle. If you had him starting in a game, it could be the difference maker to be between 3 points and not. Wouldn't that be worth spending the money? VK Dean, what's going on, bro? Jonathan Gallagher says the board are acting like we are the best team in the world. Yeah, they're acting like a bunch of Billy Big Bollocks, aren't they? They act like Billy Big Bollocks, don't they? They literally do. Like, they just think we are still that team with Sir Alex Ferguson at the helm 15 years ago winning everything, where we can just sign Berbatov from Spurs and Carrick from Spurs and pinch all these players from teams that are also not the top level teams. That's not the case anymore. We can't do that. That's why we're shopping around for a different type of player now. We're not signing the big name players. We haven't signed a James Rodriguez or a really big named superstar. Even Wolves has signed Nelson Semedo from Barcelona for 30 mil. We haven't done that. We signed an up-and-coming Dutch player from Ajax. He is a great young talent, but we are not shopping around in that shop anymore for the top talents. Exactly. IRA Sunday comments, 25 million for Telles is an absolute bargain. Why are we going in for 12 million? It's just simply because we know that they will be likely to accept a much lower offer when this drags out in this window. Because he could go in January, or he could agree terms in January with another club and leave next summer for nothing. They're fully aware of that. We're fully aware of that. We've got them over a barrel. That's the way that the Glazers and Wood would think about it. And maybe Porto would just turn around and say, nah, we'll keep him for the season then and lose him for free. Or they can accept 12 million, cash in, get 12 million pounds. What's that? About 15 million euros. Better than a kick in the bollocks, isn't it? Better than a kick in the happy sacks or one in the trousers. So, yeah. I would say that is possible. Like, United are prepared to play the waiting game here. We want this negotiation wrapped up and we want it done in the next couple of days. Will it be done in the next couple of days? Look, maybe not. Not with stories like this coming out where United's transfer offer is just unrealistic for them. They want a little bit closer to 20 odd million. And we're going in at 12? I mean, it's preposterous. It's absolutely preposterous. We'll see if we can get it concluded this week. But like I say, that's the plan, is to get it done in the next few days. There's every single possibility that this will drag out for a week, maybe even until the end of the window. Because we know what United are like with our negotiations. We are prepared to play the waiting game to save the pennies and push the price down. That's what we're doing. United haggling the price down very, very, I would say, quite aggressively with Dortmund, with Porto here. Because we're risking pissing everybody off. We're risking pissing everybody off. And Porto may just turn around at one point and say, you know what, £12 million? Yeah, it's just not that much. We'll probably keep our star player, one of our star players, contributed 25 goals for us last season for another year, and then lose him. That's just how it is, because we're a big club too. So United need to be careful not to scupper this deal entirely. And boy, oh boy, wouldn't it just be appropriate? Wouldn't it be a kick in the bollocks and the lesson that our board and everyone needs if somebody like PSG or somebody else came in and swooped in and did get the offer done sooner? Because we are just fanning around. It just goes to highlight how piss poor we are at getting negotiations over the line, how quickly we can get deals done. It just highlights how much of a complete melters we are in the negotiation stakes. Further highlighting our vulnerabilities at United with our shit owners and our shit chief exec. Over 300 of you guys in here. Thanks for stopping by. Aaron Homeyard with the super chat. Thank you, Aaron Homeyard. He comments, this isn't the club it used to be transfer-wise. It is a bit of an issue, Aaron. It's not a club. Yeah, it's not the same club that we used to be. Certainly when Fergie was here. The facts are the facts. We don't have as big a name manager as we used to. Like, you can't argue that Fergie was a much more attractive proposition to play for than, look at Robin Van Persie signing from Arsenal. The only reason Robin Van Persie signed from Arsenal is not because he hated Arsenal, he wanted to leave Arsenal. It's because he knew he would be way more likely to win a Premier League title playing for Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United than staying with Wenger at Arsenal. And he was right. The guy was right. He came here and he fired us to the title, then Fergie retired. But he was right. That's not the case anymore. That is not the case. So if you're an ambitious player, if you want to challenge for something, can you look at this United side? Be honest now, lads and lasses, as somebody look from the outside looking in. Could you look at this United side if you were a Robin Van Persie type player or whoever, and look at this team and go, we're definitely going to challenge for the title? You can't. We might be if we're lucky, but we can't. You can't say that, especially when you're shackled with our owners. And everybody around the footballing world knows that United's owners are not the best owners. Everybody knows that we are being left behind in this transfer window for recruitment. So that also puts off potential players wanting to come to your football club because they go, well, where's the ambition of this football club at? Does this football club share the same ambition of me as a player who wants to win the Champions League and all this shit? Probably not at this moment in time. The Glazers just want to keep this club competitive to make money. So they're not really bothered about winning things, I don't think. They're not bothered about investing to win. They're bothered about investing to stay competitive. And there is a big difference in that. And that's what we're seeing, a big nightmare situation this window occurring, because we don't have the big name manager. We don't have the same pullers we used to. But we still act like it in the negotiations department. You know, Woody Woodward and these prats, they're acting like a bunch of Billy Big Bollocks going up against Porto here, trying to get him for 12 mil when he's got a 36 mil release clause, and they could get him for somewhere in the middle, 20 mil, somewhere around that. It's not a lot of money to pay to get your man a couple of weeks early and have him settled into the side. But instead, they're fully prepared to play that long waiting game, drag it out, put the pressure on Dortmund, fully knowing that he'll be leaving free next summer. So that's what they're prepared to do. It's the waiting game for our club, and it's despicable tactics, my friend. I hate it. I freaking hate it. Thank you very much, Ahmed. He says 12 million plus Jones. Yeah, that's an insult. It'd have to be 28 million plus Jones then. Compensate them to take him off us. Tom Zadok comments, Pig, any Q&A Sundays in the pipeline to distract from absolutely shocking transfer window, Mr. Flying Pig HD legendary videos? Do you know what, Tom? I might have a look at doing one of those soon. A couple of people have mentioned them recently, actually. I haven't really done a proper Q&A Sunday video like that for a while, where like an edited Q&A, like a comedy Q&A. But I might do that soon, dude, yeah. JP comments, I bet Ed's Twitter page gets lit to fuck up. Yeah, I don't even know. Has he got a Twitter page? If it is, it's probably just a picture of a King Edward spud. That's what I'd imagine. Jonathan Gallagher says, Becky, how much would you live to confront the owners? Love to confront the owners, yeah. What would you say? Okay, here's a good game, actually. Let's play this game. Let's just play this game. If you could only say 3 words to the Glazers, if you could confront them and say 3 words, what would you say? Okay, I think I would say, the fuck out. I don't know, actually. No, hang on. There's only 3 words. It's hard, isn't it? Bunch of wankers. I don't know. Something like that. It'd be very satisfying to say something like that. Adovitz comments, Sancho wants to join United. Alex Tellers wants to join United. Both Dortmund and Porto. Both Dortmund and Porto. Wait a sec. Wait, I've lost your comment here. Oh, no. Oh yeah, both Dortmund and Porto are willing to sell, so it's like pulling teeth to get them signed. I know, like everybody wants to come. Tellers wants to come. Sancho wants to come. They all want to sell for the right money, but we're just not offering them the right money. That's the problem. That's the problem. Liam Hardy says, Pig, you need to watch a compilation vid of this new guy, Filip Stefanovic. It would cheer you up. Good man, Liam Hardy. I'll check it out, bro. Shivan Kashyap says, why is United not targeting Declan Rice? Yeah, you know, there's a bunch of players we could be targeting that we're not, and we should be. We just seem to be prioritising wrongly this window. A centre-back should have been number 1 priority. Instead, we're on about spending 100 mil on Sancho, which is a bit crazy. Joseph Misco, get in there, Joseph. Yes, lad. He's become a member of the Bacon and Egg Brigade. Get in there, Joseph Misco, you absolute legend, mate. Yes, lad. Thank you very much for joining and becoming part of the crew of the Bacon Brigade, all aboard the Bacon train. Woo, woo. Everybody stick your favourite channel member emoji in the live chat for Joseph to say thanks for becoming a member of the Bacon and Egg Brigade. Absolute legend, my friend. Appreciate it, man. Cheers, dude. Joseph Misco, everybody. Good stuff. That's in fact, I'm going to put this in the live chat, actually, everybody, because few people ask me about this. For some reason, you can't get the membership link on iPhones and shit like that. So I'll just put it in the live chat here. If anybody does want to become a member of the channel, it's much appreciated. Obviously, this is all free. You don't have to be a member. Oh, look at my green screen having a fat mare again. Piss poor. Oh, it's one of the pains of my life. Just like this shitty transfer window, man. And the Glazers ownership. There you go. I fixed it. Kyan Banahashim says, why are we not going for Skriniar if a small team like Spurs are? Great shout, Kyan. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I think maybe there's better options out there for us, but he's certainly a very experienced centre-back, really top-class player. I did a vote yesterday in the channel, and most people would take Skriniar in a heartbeat. I mean, let's just have a look now. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you would take Milan Skriniar at Manchester United in this window as a centre-back signing. Difference is, though, we're just not linked to big-name players like that anymore. We're linked to the younger players. We are not shopping around for those big-name players right now. For whatever reason, we just can't get them. Hey, Sam Haber. I'm doing good, Sam Harbour. Thank you for stopping by and getting in here, Sam. Yeah, the United Way says, told you what to do with your green screen pig. Absolutely, I'm going to get a little LED strip and stick it to the back of this chair, man. Thank you for the tip. That'll definitely help. Because look at this bleed there. Yeah, there's a bleed there. It looks shit. But yes, I will take your tips up. I might even chew your ear about that a bit more because you seem to know what you're talking about there, my friend. Nice one, the United Way. IRA Sunday says, big man, is it true that United wants to bid 90 million for Sancho as a final bid? Okay, let's cover the Sancho business for everybody just getting in here then. If you are just getting in, there's almost 333 of you legends right now. We're almost at 200 likes. Smash the thumbs up button if you have not done so already. Please, lads and lasses, leave a cheeky little like on it. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes by the end of the stream. Talha Yakub says, Skriniar is slow. That's the only thing, isn't it? Skriniar's slow. That's, we want somebody who's much more athletic and quicker to partner Slabby Maguire. So maybe it's just not the right fit at this moment in time. But he's still a very great player. Like a lot of people, it's more. Look at Vidic. Vidic wasn't rapid, but he was quick enough. But he was just a great reader of the game and fantastic physical attributes. But you definitely, if you're playing Maguire, you need somebody pacey next to him. That's the only balance. Thank you, Johnny Malks. Thank you, Mark Voot, Stephen Duffy, legends among us. Thank you, guys. And everybody, appreciate that Joseph Misko guy as well, just subscribing and becoming a member of the Bacon and Egg Brigade. What a dude. Right then, okay, thank you. Hey, Matty Rush, sorry, dude. Yeah, let me have a look and see. He's just sent me some new transfer information. Let's have a look. Mr. Matt Rush, the transfer guru. We've got some breaking news here. Let's have a look. Boom, boom, boom. Kevin, oh, by the way, sorry, just to answer your question, I completely brushed over it, didn't I? Do I think that 90 mil offer is true for Sancho? No, it's bullshit. It's Mirror. It's from the Mirror. It's Mirror talk, which basically amounts to nothing. It's rubbish. It's piss poor. There's no way even that Dortmund would accept 75 million up front and 15 million later. That would be a kick in the bollocks to them. They would have had that deal with us at the start of the window if they wanted to sell him for that. They're holding out for closer to their 120 million euros. I think if you went in there for 100 million pounds, which is about, what's that, 108 million euros or somewhere around there, then you could get the deal done. But any less than that, it's an insult at this stage. So I just don't think it's true. I also do understand that we will be going in at the end of the window and trying to lowball them. That's the tactic for United in this window for pretty much everybody, it seems. Thank you so much there, Mr. Matt Rush, for giving me this update here. So, Jaden Sancho transfer saga about to conclude as Manchester United set to make a hefty offer, but not matching Borussia Dortmund's asking price. Dortmund have made it clear there will be no deal for less than 120 million euros. Who blinks first? Yeah, there's more talk there about an offer incoming. We've been saying that for this week, that we will be talking about an offer, Manchester United making an offer before the end of the window closing. Now, I don't think it'll be in the coming days. I think they will wait it out. We've got, 11 days or so until the 5th of October now. We will wait it out and try and get him for a much lower price. If we are going to go back and get him, which we should absolutely, and we are still in for him because we haven't moved on to a next target or anything. So we're definitely still in for Jaden Sancho in this window, 100%. We will go back and have another bite of the cherry. But I'm just saying that Mirror report of 75 million up front, of 15 million down the road, and that offer being submitted anytime soon is BS. There's no way they'd accept that anyway, I don't think. Dortmund, look, they don't want to be bent over on this one. They've made it perfectly clear. They wanted 120 million euros or nothing. Now, they will sell him to us. But we have to get closer to their valuation. So I think £100 million will probably do it. What do you guys think? Get your total amount. Never mind breaking it down into this up front and that later and all that crap that United like to do. Just get your figure in the live chat. How much do you think he should be bought for by United? Not that, actually. What's the figure you think it would take to prize him away from Dortmund? I'm going for £100 million. That's what I think. Total, £100 million is the amount of money, which is only about £8 million less than what they wanted for him, which is not a lot less. Like, it's still a significant amount less, but maybe they would take that. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking 100 million. Yeah, Jonathan Gallagher says 100 million as well. The United Way says 90 million this season and 50 million next season is still 120 million and they should be happy. Absolutely, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that would be a lot of money for them. And over the course of, if they got 15 next year, yeah, as long as you're giving most of it up front. Shivam Kashyap says 100 million is enough. Stephen Duffy says 110 million. Eddie says, when you did the recent collab with the United family, what was the other channel on that stream? The United Man. Shout out to the United Man, Shane. Yeah, he was a top lad. I think if that's the one you mean on my channel, then when I had Carl on from the United family and also Shane from the United Man. He's called the United Man. Yeah, he's a top lad, is Shane. Shane Kerwin comments, a figure not worth it. Yeah, fair play. Stephen Duffy, 110. Aaron Homeyard says 100 mil. Mr. Miyagi says 99.8 million. That's very, very precise there, Mr. Miyagi. 99.8 million and a bonsai tree. Wax on, wax off. Showbass Patchicam thinks 105. Lucy Galbraith says 108 million. There you go. Pay the money, says Lucy. That's it. They've set their price tag. They've decided how much money they want. They've made it perfectly clear at the start of the window. 120 million euros. So pay the money. I agree there. No worries at all, Eddie. Thanks for asking. Showbass Patchicam says David Alaba to United. Take him in a heartbeat, my friend. I've been saying that for 10 years. Or close to that, honestly. I've been saying that for years about getting David Alaba in. So, yeah, 100%. Great player, great left foot, centre-back, left-back, can do it all. Rate him like no other. I definitely think if we could get a player like that, we'd be sorted. But we can't. Shout out Simon Cowie for becoming a member of the Die Hard Bacon Lovers. You what, Simon Cowie? Oh, my days. He's only gone and upgraded the upgrade. Simon Cowie. Dude, thank you so much, Simon Cowie, man. He's not only joined the membership, look, he says, I joined the channel membership pig, but he's actually joined the Die Hard Bacon Lovers. What's that? The $8.99 a month, bad boys. You lunatic. Thank you so much, Simon. Welcome to the Bacano Brigadiers, mate. Everybody stick your favourite channel member emoji in the live chat for Simon Cowie. Get in there, my son. Go on, Simon Cowie. IRA Sunday comments, yeah, big man, that is why I believe you and I'd like to come here for you for your correct update. You are the best and I love your analysis. Listen, guys, we keep it real on this channel, guys, we do. If you go around some of the other channels on YouTube today, I mentioned it earlier, but they're saying stuff like here we go and done deal and all this crap for Alex Tellez. It's rubbish, guys, I'm sorry. It is rubbish. Look, it's come out tonight, United are haggling it down to 12 mil for Tellez. This deal's not done yet. Should we get him in the next few days? Yes, we should. But all they're doing is throwing shit at the wall and hoping some of it sticks. That's not the way to do it, folks. You should come here for legit, realistic transfer talk. And we won't say anything's done until it's done. And, that's it. I mean, there's no point trying to get clicks and saying it's a done deal when it's not. You look like a tit if it doesn't. Imagine if PSG come in and get Tellez now. These channels are going to look like tits. Which I'm sure they don't really care about because they're just doing it for clicks for the money anyway. But me, and on this channel, we certainly have got a little bit more integrity, I would like to say. You guys know that. Wycliffe O'Mundy, what's going on, Wycliffe? Get in there, my son. Thanks for becoming a subscriber. Yes, if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed to this show yet, if you're new to this Flying Pig United YouTube channel, you've never seen it before, where have you been? But honestly, subscribe, smash the subscribe button, click the little bell icon as well to be notified when we post and we go live on this channel. That'll keep you up to date and informed when we go live. And just get involved, lads and lasses. Smash the like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Bunch of legends tuning in. It's a great community. Shout out to you all. First Class Gamer says quality over quantity in here. Legend, that's right, First Class Gamer. You know how it is, son. You were talking about it before. I mean, obviously, mods shouldn't say stuff like that, but you were spot on what you were saying, though, man. Lucky Zazzy Khan official comments, he is the only person we're looking for 3 months, I think. They can't wait for the next season. Very true, yeah. You're right. I mean, look, maybe this has just been complete PR movement from Manchester United just to keep the fans happy about not spending anything all summer long. JP says, all this transfer bollocks took the shine off Van der Beek, but he feels like a plum. Well, he came into the club and he's just had to play in an absolutely horror game. Like that first game, he scored in it, but against Palace, God, imagine coming in feeling like Van der Beek now, coming into the club. He's their only signing so far. He's probably been made certain assurances and crikey. Kenny Basher Hassan says, how does this channel not have 10 million subs? It's hard out here for a pimp, my friend, you know. There is a lot of competition out there and a lot of clickbaiters and stuff like that, guys, and it is difficult to compete. So that's why if you do support this channel, if you do enjoy this channel, you know, you should support it by sharing it, liking it, telling your friends about it, all that stuff, and that'll get us out there more and more. And, you know, but that's it. I mean, it's a great size channel anyway. We're almost at 30k, so... It's not a teeny-weeny channel. It's also not a big channel, but that's good. That means that I can give you all the time of day, you know. Tom Zadok, Shivam Kashyap, Fabian Isaac, Johnny Maux, Mark Voot, First Class Gamer, Seaborn Gracias. He says, what's happening with the Sancho deal? Nothing at this moment in time. The Mirror reporting that a £90 million offer, 75 million up front, 50 million down the road, is being tabled by United in the next coming days. It's BS. I call BS on that one. How the fuck do they know? They don't know. It's the Mirror, for fuck's sake. Look, fair enough, if it was a reputable source reporting it, I would talk about it. But I'm not even going to talk about it realistically because it's just a bullshit story to try and sell papers or get clicks on their shitty website. Simple as that. So don't even consider that legit at this stage. United will go back and negotiate with Dortmund later in the window. We will try and lowball them last day of the window or last few days of the window. That's what we will do. Talk MU comments the reality of the situation at United is that the owners are going to see Ollie's contract out and hope he wins something. I don't know. I mean, I certainly think they should give him time and see his contract out. Absolutely. But more importantly, he has to be given the players in this window to actually build on last season. Because I think nobody can really deny he did a great job last year. You might not be happy about a couple of things, like maybe his substitutions or some of his in-game management. But the facts are the facts. He finished third with a team that should have finished sixth. If you look at the start of the year, the squad we had, it wasn't to the standard. He finished third with a team that should have finished fifth or sixth. So he did a brilliant job over the course of the year. Now is the time that he needs back in. If he's backed, then he should get plenty of time. Jose got a few years. Jose got hundreds of millions of pounds. Give him that same luxury. Give him a couple of hundred million to spend in this window. And then see what he does. If he flies and gets this United side flying and getting back up the league there and challenging, then fair play to the lad. And if he's got us 10th come the end of the year, you have to assess it then as well and say, look, he had the money, he had the players, he had the resources available to him, and he didn't do it. But he needs time. He needs at least, and I say at least, I would give him longer to be fair, because I know what a job this is. I know how long it took Fergie to get this club successful again. I know the transition that's taking place, especially when we're shackled by the owners that we do. So I personally would give him longer, but he needs at least one full season now. He's had one full season last year. He came in the season before, mopped up. That wasn't a full season. He had one full season. He needs another full season. I saw that, Scott Kent. Evening Pigster, he says. David Beckham made his debut for United against Brighton yesterday. 28 years ago, man. Oh, man, I saw the video of him coming out. Bless him. Bless him. You know, he's a little lad there. But what a career he went on to have. What an amazing talent. A. Ahmed says, smashing channel. Thank you so much. The Cont, yep, you're right. Jonathan Gallagher says 204 likes. Get in there, my sons and daughters. We've done it. We smashed over 200 likes on the show tonight. Thank you, everybody who's tuned in tonight and got involved with this show. It's a bit later than usual. Usually we do this at 9:30 p.m, but it's a bit later tonight. Tom Zadok says, Pig, is there anything more desirable than Sancho signing? Perhaps Flying Pig versus Henry Hotspur versus John Chim triple threat ladder match would be mint. You know who's winning that one, though. I'm not being funny. It would almost have to be a handicap match, 2v1, I reckon. Hey, but Tom, there's not much more desirable than Sancho right now. I mean, to me personally, I would say, a centre-back definitely would be better for us as a team. In all honesty, I know Sancho's like a brilliant signing. He's a generational talent, as we keep saying. And I would love him, but actually centre-back's more desirable for me right now, just because if we could get a top world-class centre-back in there, that would sort a lot of our problems out. If, in fact, our attacking players, when they're all fit and on form, Bruno, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, they're already brilliant players. So I think we're all right there, but we just need depth. So actually, I think maybe a centre-back, but I still definitely think that we should get Sancho. Stephen Holian says, this time next year will be 1 million subs, Rodders. I don't know about that one, dude. We shall see. But yeah, I mean, look, we had a goal at the start of this year to get to, I can't remember what we were on at the start of the year. I'm guessing like 22,000, 24, 23, 24. somewhere around there. We had a goal end of the year to get to 30,000, which was an ambitious goal. And we're almost there, guys. We're actually almost there, and it's not even end of September yet. So shout out to all the crazy support on this show. Thank you to every single person that watches it and gets involved, and just really appreciate you all watching. Lucky Zaki Cam says, I am fun of United night. We lost Crystal. I was very unhappy. Yeah, we lost to Crystal Palace. That was terrible, wasn't it? But hopefully we get back on track against Brighton. It remains to be seen. There's a preview coming for tomorrow now for the Brighton game, by the way, lads and lasses. Matt Rush, he says, smash a like for the pig. No, there's no update IRA on a centre-back right now. Still no links. Upper Meccano did come out earlier today and say, was quoted as saying he's been allowed to talk to a couple of clubs. RB Leipzig, I'd let him talk to a couple of clubs, but for now he's an RB Leipzig player. That's what he said, so it's quite interesting. Shivam Kashap says, how should United line up tomorrow against Brighton? For me, Pogba and Scott out. What do you think? Yeah, definitely. Maybe Matic and Fred in the centre of the park there. Matic and Donny, but definitely not Pogba. No, I don't want to see that. I will do a full preview of the Brighton game tomorrow, though, and give you my full-on thoughts and opinions. Yeah, I agree, Craig C. Nicholas Saul is a fantastic centre-back. He's not the quickest, though, but he's a big physical unit. It's almost been like having two Slabby Maguires at the back, though, which I'm not too sure about. But yeah, definitely a good player. G-Wolf says, the United way, exactly, he definitely deserves our backing, and in 5 years, he is back properly, we will get us titles, I can see it. I feel the same, G-Wolf. Look what he's done. Look at some of the scouts he's had. Look at how he's tactically gone about coming up against some of the better teams and the bigger managers. Never mind not being able to break down the shit teams last season, which was a problem. But when he came up against the Chelseas or the Cities or whoever, we smashed him to bits more often than not. In fact, the last game that we played against City, where McTominay scored that winner, the 2-0, and of course Bruno came in and chipped over the wall for the free kick, and Martial scored the first. That game, that's the first game in ages when we have come up against City and given as good as we got, which I think tells you everything about Solskjaer. Yes, we were sitting back a little bit, but we still were playing some lovely swashbuckling attacking football and creating loads of chances against them. You have to go back years before you get a performance like that against City, really, where we are completely just at them. We're at them. Usually we're sitting back, it's all tentative. They've got all the possession, playing Pep Guardiola, Barca tiki-taka shitty football, yeah? And we are just tentative. That's how we had to play against City. But actually, that last time, that showed me progression. When Bruno came in, we got our man, our creator, who could split defences. Suddenly, we turned into a team. And Solskjaer had the team playing good football and good style. So I think make no mistakes about it, his style and his philosophy will be to get United playing attractive, attacking, stylish football. It will be, because that's all he knows. As a player, that's all he knows. As a manager growing up under Sir Alex Ferguson, seeing how he did it. He knows what this football club's about. He's not going to do the Jose Mourinho bullshit. If he can beat City by playing defensively, he would do that, of course, because the win is the most important thing. That's what we did this season. But if he can beat City by playing attacking, he's also going to do that too. And that's what I like about Solskjaer. Absolutely Rambo Canambo. He says Ollie needs backing, 100%. Liverpool Theo says Dan James is world class. Maybe one day, if he has maybe a vision transplant. If he has a vision transplant, then maybe one day. Mrs. P, Cake Bandit's in the gaff. Everybody stick your cake emoji in there for Mrs. P, Cake Bandito. There she is. JP says, Pig, how would you describe Ollie Ball's football style? I would say that he's trying to play attractive, expansive, stylish attacking football and counter-attacking football. Stylish. I mean, look at some of the goals we scored last season. Now, you have to admit, in a lot of the games, there's loads that spring to mind, whether it is the Crystal Palace game last year at Old Trafford, or it's the West Ham game, or it's the Everton game, the 4-0, or the Burnley game. There's a lot of games when we played shit. It's not going to happen overnight. We're still dealing with a hangover, if you like, from the Mourinho years and the Van Gaal years and stuff. You can't instantly come in and change a team overnight and get their philosophy changed overnight. It takes time. You need the right players as well. Like, if you've got a system, if you've got a certain way of playing and a system you want to use, you've got to fill those spaces in the team and make that system work. So there's a bit of round pegs, square holes with United, but as Solskjaer gets the players out and gets the players in, you will probably see a much more attractive Manchester United side. Now, I know that game against Crystal Palace the other day was like, there was no style, there was no tactics, there was no football being played by United. It was really weird. It was like a bunch of strangers thrown together after they'd been on a massive bender in Magaluf or something. So it was just like it's a hangover. It's a complete hangover. But in terms of style, in certain games last season, we'd come on miles. We'd come on miles from the Jose days. Not all of them. We had our bad games here and there, but some games towards the end of the season, after lockdown anyway. Certainly after lockdown, that's the best football we played for years. After lockdown, Matic in the side, Bruno in the side, Martial scoring the goals, Greenwood doing bits. That was the best football we played for years, guys. After lockdown. So I've got no issue with his level of style of football or anything. He needs time. He's not experienced. But the reason we got onto this is because we were talking about his ability to bring players to this football club compared to some of the other big names. It's right. It's not as possible to do that. But that's not a factor why people don't want to come to this club at this moment in time. It's just that maybe we're lacking the ambition that some of these players have. Alicia, how are you doing, Alicia? Comments, we have had a job of practically replacing a whole squad, bar a few. Ollie has done well so far. The rest is up to the club to get rid. Spot on, Alicia. You can't expect him to change the fortunes of United overnight, especially when he's dealing with the crap that was left behind from the previous regimes. And he's still dealing with that crap. We still have Jones and Smalling and Rojo and all these guys from a bygone era who are just there collecting their wages right now, who don't really contribute anything to the side because they're not good enough and they're on too much money to sell. So you're spot on there, to be honest with you, Alicia. We've got to wait. We've got to understand that it's going to take him a little bit of time. He's already got players out this door that needed to go. Solskjaer's not got rid of any players that didn't need to go. That's what I like about him. He's got rid of players that needed to go. He's not lost any players that he didn't want to go. Okay, maybe this Ander Herrera situation, actually, that was a bit shit. But realistically, that's not really his doing. That's obviously from the previous regime, isn't it? And United just not really prepared to spend the money on Ander Herrera, really. That's why Ander's gone. You can't justify it when Sanchez is on 500k a week. So, look, but everybody else is like everybody else is gone who deserve to go. And the players that he's brought in have been good signings. If you look at what Louis van Gaal did or whatever, Louis van Gaal let Chicharito go. Louis van Gaal sacked off Welbeck at the time, which was not justified at the time. You could say he's shit now, fair enough. But at the time, for United, he was a good workman. He'd go out there and he'd put in a shift every single time for you in multiple positions. He didn't deserve to go then. So if you think about that, he had a mare with those departures. Ollie's not done that. Ollie's just got rid of the shit, and he's building something here. And it's going to take a bit of time to transition and get to where we want to be, which is why everybody needs to back him and give him at least another year or two. Simple as that. TalkMU says, Pig, you should use StreamYard for call-ins, pal. It's been absolutely... I do use StreamYard. I have got an account on there, actually. I'm going to be doing that very, very soon, actually. You're right. So we're going to be doing football call-ins and stuff like that, and I'm going to use StreamYard. So you're spot on, dude. That is such a great idea. Thank you very much. StreamYard's a good way of doing it. Yes, I was going to do a call-in show with just like audio, but StreamYard might make sense. Only issue with StreamYard, obviously it's video, and you could get some weirdo come on and look like an entirely normal person and then just flop their wang out or something and be like, here's my wang, and then it's on the internet. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I've got a little bit reserved issues about using StreamYard. Nice one, TalkMU. The United Way says you could use Discord to do the call-ins. Mate, that's an interesting shout, actually. I really don't use the Discord much. I need to get bang on the Discord case. We have got a Discord for the channel as well. I don't even know how you can use that for call-ins either. So, great shout, my friend. Thank you very much. You see, I need to pick your brains the United Way. You seem to know some good technical informazione. Hey, what's going on, Einar Albstein? He says, OMG, how's it going, Einert? Yeah, call-ins would be fantastic. We're going to get that on the show very, very soon, lads and lasses. Right then, let's go through the news. Let's just have a quick look at what's going down and see if there's any more revelations quickly. Thank you very much to Matt Rush, the transfer guru, for constantly keeping me up to date. Nothing more. Oh, yeah, no, there is something more to come in, actually. Oh, no, sorry, that's a previous one. Right, so let's just go through quickly what's happened. Also, just a couple of little tidbits before we get into the Q&A, because I do love to have a Q&A at the end, which we will do shortly. How have I been rambling for an hour and 19 minutes? That is a joke, isn't it? What the fook? Anyway, Sami Khedira is going to part ways with Juventus. This is from Fabrizio Romano at 10:16 p.m. tonight. Sami Khedira is going to part ways with Juventus. He's leaving as a free agent. Agreement expected on next week. Juventus consider also to sell Douglas Costa in the next few days. No bid from Barca or Wolverhampton. So, of course, Douglas Costa, one of those players that was being touted as maybe a backup for Jaden Sancho, so that's interesting. Also, Perisic is supposed to be touted as a backup for Jaden Sancho, somebody that United might have lined up if we can't sign Jaden Sancho. What do you guys think about that? Have a little vote. Who would you like to see come into the club as a backup out of those two players? Stick a 1 for Douglas Costa, stick a 2 for Ivan Perisic. Oh shit. But just as a backup, you know, as a backup to Sancho, obviously not as a real suitable alternate, just a backup last day of the minute, panic buy, basically, last day of the window, panic buy. So there you go, Sami Khedira going apart from Juventus. He's old as Fook, he's not right for United, but just wanted to let you know. J Fitness and Health says Phil Jones is better than Sancho. Yeah, see, that's what we've been doing wrong with Phil Jones. He's actually like an attacking Maradona style player. Like, we just haven't been using him. If you put Maradona at centre back, he's not going to have a good defensive game. He's still a great player though. Phil Jones just needs to be put right wing. Everybody voting 2 there for Perisic. Nobody wants Douglas Costa. Actually, no. Tom Zadok and Joe Walter, they voted 1. Also, Sayabonga, Undlov, Zek, and yeah, nice one. Lots of people voting for Perisic, though, and I agree. I think out of the 2, it makes a lot more sense to go for him. We've also supposed to have made a fullback an inquiry for Ajax fullback Nicolas Tagliafico, but again, this is just hearsay. This is PR to try and convince Porto to sell. Laurie Whitwell's come out and said, I still look at the Jaden Sancho thing and think last week of the window something could happen. I speak to people and people are still suggesting that it's not dead, that there's still talks ongoing. So, you know, that's how I feel about it as well. I still think that there will be a bid coming for Sancho come the end of the window, but it will be at the last few days of the window to try and drive the price down and have a cheeky little bargain deal with Dortmund. But they're not going to budge that much. Another bit of news to report here. Sergio Romero is interested in joining Everton. There have been no discussions between MUFC and Everton, but it's understood that Everton have made contact with intermediaries to discuss a potential deal. Quite interesting. So looking for a backup keeper there for Pickford. Everton there. Might be the right fit for Romero. He's a good keeper. He'll get opportunities at a good team, good level team still. So it kind of does make sense for all parties. The only thing that is the problem is on 90 grand a week or 70 grand a week with bonuses and stuff like that. It's a lot of money to pay a backup goalkeeper. So we'll see. It's another one of those. There's lots of teams that are interested in a lot of our players, but it all falls down on the wages. That's the issue. Fabrizio also reporting this evening that Dembele does not want to leave Barcelona. He's not an option for Juventus or Man United. Douglas Costa at the moment is not part of any deal or swap deal with Barcelona or Wolverhampton. So just to give you an update there, Dembele doesn't want to leave Barcelona. So we were talking about that the other day. Obviously, that was just more PR spin to try and put more pressure on Dortmund. Simple as that. There's all the news tonight then, folks, and also Manchester United financial losses set to exceed 100 million due to the coronavirus pandemic. When we put up our numbers in about a month's time at the end of October or whenever it will be, we'll see that we've had a loss of about 100 million pounds. So that's the situation. There's all the news, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video tonight. I'm going to do a Q&A now for 10 minutes or so. I'll stick around. I'll try to keep it to no longer than 90 minutes, really. Sometimes it gets a bit challenging because there's a lot of comments coming through these days. Shout out to you all for commenting and getting in here. Appreciate every single one of you that watches and takes the time to comment, honestly. You're what's making this live chat on the side here absolutely pop off. So thank you for all the interaction and getting in here. Please do us a massive favour if you have not done so already. Smash the like button on it. Leave a little cheeky thumbs up rating if you haven't done so. That'd be awesome of you. That would help this boost this stream up and all that good stuff. Do I have any movie recommendations, says Liam Hardy? I don't know, mate. I mean, you know, if you've never seen my favourite movies like Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, The Terminator 2, you know, stuff like that. If you've never seen any of those, watch one of those. Chief Fitness and Health says, why can't we sign Tiana Trump? Because that would be fake news, my friends. That would be fake news. Ollie Henrik says, okay, bye. Hey, Ollie Henrik, Dibal, play 'em. Shout out to you for getting in here. And bye if you're off-ski, matey. Thank you for stopping by and getting in. Taz comments, if we sign Sancho, it will be on the last day so that we cannot sign any player else. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. The thing that I found interesting about Dortmund today is I know it's a youth player, but it's another Sancho situation in a year's time. Will probably be in the first team setup. Otherwise, why would this new player that Dortmund signed leave Man City to go and play for Dortmund's youth setup? It's because he's been made assurances that he'll play in the future. And probably not for a year, but certainly when he gets to 17, he'll be introduced into that first team. And so it makes me feel a bit interested the fact that Dortmund are making these little sort of planning signings at this moment. They said that they'd done all their business. Well, that's not strictly true because they did actually sign another player today. Simon Cowie says, neither I would keep trying to get an agreement over the closed window and sign Sancho in January. Yeah, the thing is with that is you do leave the door open for other clubs to come in and get him. And he is a player that a lot of teams are going to be interested in. For some reason, we're the only ones in this window that are interested in him. I guess it's because it's the pandemic and the price tag involved. It's as simple as that. Like Chelsea, they looked at where they need to strengthen their team. They could have gone for Sancho. They got the money to go for Sancho, but they've gone, you know what? Financial fair play, pandemic, all the amount of money that we're losing right now from football not being on and behind closed doors. We have to strengthen the overall team. So that's the idea that Chelsea have taken. They've spent hundreds of millions, but they've improved all over the team. Whereas United are putting all our eggs in the Sancho basket, really. If we get him. Jonathan Gallagher says, Pig, do an Ed Woodward accent, please. I don't even know what... Potato! Potato! There you go. That's how Ed Woodward speaks. Scott Kent says, Maradona, really, we got the hand of tight-fisted wankers who won't even give Ollie the money. Spot on. The Con says Rashford or Sancho, Pig. Well, this is quite interesting, actually. Something Matt Rush brought to my attention earlier, actually, is a video of Jaden Sancho. He's being interviewed on a podcast. I'm not sure when it was, whether it's today or yesterday or sometime recently. But he was asked, who is the most talented player that you've played with? And his answer was Marcus Rashford. He didn't take long to think about it. He just said Rashford, you know. So that's pretty high praise from Jaden Sancho. I think Rashford said the similar thing about Jaden Sancho also. So another good little sign. Obviously, Jaden wants to come. Jaden wants to come to United, doesn't he? Of course he does. Jaden wants to come. It's a big club that can provide him game time and everything he needs. So he wants to come. United want him. Solskjaer wants him. The only problem is the money. That's it. And maybe we can negotiate that near the end of the window. We shall see. Lucy Galbraith says, Room is amazing. Great film. Never heard of that one. Liam Hardy says, yeah, I'm older than you. I've seen all of them. Oh, okay. I haven't seen much modern movies, to be fair. I haven't seen many modern movies. I'm not going to lie. The last few years, I haven't watched that many movies. I used to watch so many movies. Tom Zadok says, Pig, at the end of the day, MUFC fans won't leave the team in protest. We're too loyal for that. Triple threat ladders, FP versus Henry Hotspur versus Chon Shin. Yes, sir. Random as you like. I'd love to be in your brain, mate. It sounds like a fantastic place. Abhishek Abdikari comments, please, we need Tellez, Sarr, Perisic, please, compulsory for competition in the league. I agree. Realistically, with Sancho's not the right sign for United right now. Actually, we should get another winger. Actually, we should get a CDM. Actually, we should get a centre-back and a left-back. But, we're going for Sancho, it seems. Thank you, Scott Kent. He says, Pigsters, hit the button, yeah? Hit the like button, yeah? Thank you, Scott Kent. Jonathan Gallagher says, Bailly all day long. Yeah, it's got to be Bailly and Maguire at the back. Joe Walter says, Bailly for Lindelof. Let's have a little vote then. Get your thoughts and opinions in. What do you think? Just write the two names of the centre-back pairing that you think Solskjaer should start against Brighton. And going forward, Smalling and Maguire? Smalling and Bailly? Bailly and Maguire? Bailly and Lindelof? Lindelof and Jones? Can you imagine anything shitter than Lindelof and Jones? Oh my God. Lindelof and Jones at the back. I'd love to see it just for the comedy aspect of it. But it sounds shit. Adebayo Faraz, he says Lindelof and Bailly. Graham Alfonso says our transfers is as good as a horror movie to watch right now. Absolutely. Nightmare on Sir Matt Busby Way, starring Eddie Kruger. He's haunting your dreams. A. Ahmed says Tonali, the best CDM for future. Absolutely. He's just been sold though, hasn't he? He's just moved. Ben Sayers says Maguire and Bailly. George Best 7 says Bailly and Maguire. I am Neil comments Jones and Rojo. Filth. Alicia says Bailly and Maguire. Graham Alfonso says Bailly and Maguire. Johnny Mount says Bailly and Maguire. Yes, Mr. Miyagi. Yes, now that's the spirit. Miss Maguire and Upper Meccano. Yes. Shivam Kashyap says Vidic and Ferdinand. I'd still take them two right now. Get them out of retirement. Legit. I'd still think they'd probably do as good as a job, if not better, even now. Mew is Abdelaziz, says Maguire and Bailly. Yeah, I think that's probably the partnership that makes most sense. Showbest Patrickam says Bailly and Maguire. Welsh Red with an interesting one says Maguire and Smalling. See, Smalling's a player that a lot of people are saying maybe should get another chance. Maybe he would be the best player to partner Maguire. Maybe it does make sense. But I don't see us doing that. It's a backward step. We can't do that. He was just surplus to requirements on loan at Roma. Papa Store says Mengi and Bailly. Interesting. Yeah, well, you might see that for the future. I'd like to see Mengi given a lot of opportunities this season. So, like in games that are not as big. Like the other day when we played Luton, I would have liked to have seen Mengi start in that game. I really thought he was going to start. Instead, Solskjaer went really strong, really senior team out there. Bailly and Maguire at the back. Maybe that's what he's got planned. Lucy Galbraith says Bailly and Maguire. Yep. Jonathan Dolby says none of them, please. Yeah, good idea. Jonathan Briffer says, okay, Green, the only chances Douglas Costa will create is for the medical team because he is injury prone. Nice one, Jonathan Briffer. Fabian Isaac says, are you excited to see Lamptey up against Shaw? Not really, mate, no. Hopefully we'll have Tellez by then anyway. Welsh Red says Vidic and Stam. Oh, God, Stam. Yep, Stam. What a player. Shame that he wrote that stuff in his book or whatever, otherwise we'd have kept him, wouldn't he? That was a shame when we had to sell him to Lazio. We didn't really have to sell him, but Fergie was just such a great leader of men. He couldn't be having anybody in the side saying shit like that, which is a shame because he was class. Ben Sayer says, who would be your midfield three against Brighton? My midfield three against Brighton, I'll go with Matic, I'll go with Van der Beek, and I'll go with Bruno, obviously. Yeah, so Matic, Van der Beek. Matic is the holding midfielder, if you like, in a 4-2-3-1. I'd go with Donny as your box-to-box player in a 4-2-3-1, and Bruno, obviously, as your creative mid CAM in the hole. That's what I go with. Yeah, the United waste of Stam and Blanc. Yeah, Laurent Blanc, when he was at United for that season, was absolutely unreal. 36 years of age, was he? He was sick. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not always all about the pace. Sometimes it's about the intelligence. Sometimes it's about how you read the game at the back, you know? It's not just about pace. It does help if you've got pace in this day and age when you're coming up against all these pacey forward lines. Rachel Boswell, please stand up. How are you doing, Rachel Boswell? She comments, Pig, would you slap Deadwood in the mush and tell him to fix up, please? I would do if I could do. Thank you very much for your comment. Red Slay says, guys, why don't we partner Lindelof with his grandma? Then maybe he will catch the thief if someone steals the ball from her. Maybe we should, mate. They probably have about the same pace anyway. If you put Victor Lindelof up alongside his granny, I'm not sure who's going to win that one in a foot race. Michael Fletcher says turkey twizzlers or turkey drummers. I haven't had the turkey twizzlers since they come back, mate. I do like a turkey drummer though, not going to lie. But I haven't had the new one, so maybe old school turkey twizzlers, but I haven't had the new ones. Lucy says, Pig, bring one player you could bring back from the past, not Ronnie. I'd go for Keno or Scholes. Definitely one or the other. I'm not sure which, because I think either one of them, if you stick them in United's midfield, they're going to just tick your team over and you're going to be great in midfield with either one of those for different reasons. Scholes would just be that pass master extraordinaire. He'll dictate play for the next decade if you've got a 20-year-old Scholes right now. And Roy Keane, he's going to be that leader. He's going to be that stern, that bulldog in there, you know. So one or the other, either one of those. I think those are the two players, or one of those players. I know that's a bit of a cop-out, but take your pick. One of those. Mark Voot says, pissing myself again. Keep him coming, pal. Thank you very much. Ago Kelly comments, Sancho shirt, we make more profit and they would get the money back. Well, yes, Ago Kelly, that's the thing. If they buy Sancho, then they're going to sell a bunch of shirts, aren't they? And they are going to make more money. I still would encourage people not to necessarily buy the Sancho shirts when they come as a protest for the Glazers, but I know what people are like. People definitely will. Saint Fusion, how you doing, Saint Fusion? Says, hey, Pig, sorry I haven't been in for a while. I've been very busy. What's the Sancho update? No worries, Saint Fusion. There is no real Sancho update, mate, apart from the fact that there's a Mirror article stating that we are ready to offer £75 million and £15 million down the line, which is BS. Lots of people are reporting this tonight. It's BS. It's from the Mirror. Don't believe a word of it. There's no way that Dortmund would accept that lesser amount, I don't think. They wanted 120 million. They were firm at the start of the window. United, if we go back last couple of days of the window, it'll probably be closer to 100 million, I would see maybe them considering accepting. Nice one, I am Neil. Scott Kent, Graham Alfonso says, buy in Twantebe needed to be given a shout. Good shout, Graham. Yeah, Twantebe's got a good future. He's still only 22. Problem with him, though, he's injury prone. He keeps getting injured, doesn't he? Ayuba Stephen Matthias says, I don't care about who Man United sign, but all we need is winning something after every season watching watching from Abuja, Nigeria. Shout out Ayuba watching from Nigeria, my friend. Love to every single person tuning in from Nigeria. We've got a bunch of Nigerian viewers, actually. And generally people from the continent of Africa. So represent. Stick a love heart emoji in there for Africa, my friends. This time for Africa. Na 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 na. Waka waka. Anyway, sorry. Jonathan Gallagher says, our board and the mirror are useless. That's right, yeah. Can you imagine what Ed Woodward sees when he wakes up in the morning and he looks in the mirror? And I'm not talking about the paper. Either way, if he looks in the paper or the actual mirror, he's looking at a bag of shite, isn't he? Anyway, the con says Shaver Poozy is a good target. Shaver Poozy. Good one, the Cont. I like it. That was a good one. That was quite creative. Stevie Mack comments, the latest I hear is Ed has been offered £10 million and a toffee crisp for Tellez. That's right, 12 million they offered him. To give you an update, 12 million they've offered for Tellez. That's why this is being so drawn out, even though it's a deal that everyone wants, and we should be getting it done soon. It's because we're going in there offering 12 mil and a packet of bloody dry roasted peanuts. Nice one, Stevie Mac. Nice one, everyone getting the love hearts in there. Red Slays, he says, choosing the better centre-back between Lindelof and Maguire is like choosing the better Kardashian. They all suck, absolutely. That's exactly it. Who would you rather sleep with? Katie Hopkins or Piers Morgan in a dress? Either way, it's going to be a bad night. You know what I mean? Anyway, Shivam Kashyap, your final word on Sancho and Tellez. Will they come and are we going to lose this opportunity to sign them? I believe Tellez, yes, 100%. Only because it's all really about the price tag here. The formalities are being ironed out here. It's not about the desire of the player to want to come to United. It's not about United's desire to get him. Those are all facts. We need him and he wants to come. What it's about is them not wanting to lose out a few £1 million and us wanting to not pay a few £1 million. That's what it's at the moment. We have to meet them in the middle. I think we will get the negotiations sorted in the coming days and we'll see him hopefully come the weekend. But, you know, if it takes longer, if it takes until the end of the window, that would not surprise me either. So Tellez, yes, I do think that's going to get done. I just think that we are obviously trying to get him for cheaper, and Porto don't want to sell him for that right now, even if he is possibly going to be leaving next summer for free. They want a little bit more, and we should pay that little bit more. So we should go back and get that deal done anyway. In regards to Sancho, look, I'm 50-50 on Sancho. We are going to go back have another bite at the cherry. I'm pretty confident of that. But I'm not confident that Dortmund will accept. And I'm not confident that our board will be prepared to go to as high a figure to make Dortmund accept. I think we will go quite low ball, but we'll see. I think it's going to take £100 million for Man United to get Sancho in this window from Dortmund. And I'm not prepared. I don't know if we're prepared to pay that. Asandar says, Pig, my ex is still in love with Jonesy. What should I do? Move on, my friend, move on. She's obviously meant to if she's still in love with Jonesy, you know what I mean? The Eggman72, digging down the back of the couch for the money for this deal for FC. Spot on, that's what it seems like. Simon Cowie says, if I can bring back 2 players from the past, they would be Ferdinand and Keane. Great shouts, yeah, great shouts. Mrs. P says, I'd love a pizza right now. Oh, yeah, I'd love a bit of pizza. I'm starving, I haven't eaten much today at all. I'm going to have a cheeky chicken curry in a bit or something, though. Oh, yeah. Okay, Lucy Galbraith, Aaron Homeyard. Good night, Aaron. Thank you so much for getting in here. Have a wicked evening, Aaron. Great to see you. Shout out to Mary as well. Papa Stores, Jonathan Gallagher, JP, Ryan Bursman, 9, Mark Food. I'm going to have to wrap this video up, lads and lasses. We've been rambling for ages. But I just want to say thank you again to everybody that stopped by. In fact, we're almost at 250 likes. So smash that thumbs up button before you go. If you have not done so already, leave a cheeky little thumbs up on it. That will help this stream out loads and help us compete with some of the bigger clickbait gas channels. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. So imagine if I just came back and I've just got a big load of snot dangling from my nose and I don't even know about it. Anyway, then, guys, thank you very much for every single one of you for tuning in. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. If you're new to this channel and it's your first time watching this evening, we give you no BS daily updates throughout the transfer window for Manchester United's transfer dealings and what's going on at the club. So keep a lookout every day around about 2:30 p.m, 3 p.m. UK time in the afternoon. We'll do a daily show, and then every evening 9:30 p.m. This one was later tonight at 10:30. Apologies for that. And we smashed 250, get in there. But usually it'll be at night 9:30 in the evening. Also, do us a massive favour, guys. If you haven't checked out the website, have a look at the website, flyandpigunited.com. Links are in the description. Follow the social accounts, Instagrams, Fly and Pig United, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. So check the links in the description. And just thank you so much for watching, everyone. Come back in a few minutes and have your say in the not live comments as well. After this video is finished, about anything you want to discuss. If I haven't responded to you, trust me, I'll try to respond to everybody. Apologies if I haven't. Get beamed 141. Yes, I want new owners too. But if I haven't done so, come back and comment afterwards with anything you want to know. IRA Sunday says, Big Man, will you do a preview on Brighton and Man United tomorrow? Yes, absolutely. There'll be a preview coming. I was going to do it today, but I melted and out of sleep and stuff like that. So I just haven't been able to sort of do my necessary due diligent research. But absolutely, tomorrow there will be a Brighton versus Manchester United preview coming on the channel. I might do it in between the transfer vids, or if there's no news in the afternoon that's really an update or anything, I'll just do it then. Saint Fusion, Simon Cowie, thank you for joining the lunatics of the Bacon Brigade, man. Shout out to Joseph Misko also for upgrading. Absolute legends. Adovich, you have a great night. Thanks for watching, Adovich. Muiz Abdelaziz, Saint Fusion, Scott Kent, Lucy Galbraith, Peter Coveney. Nice one, Peter. G Wolf, Tom Zadok, Matty Rush, Vincent Bullock, Mark Vu, LA Brit. Great to see you, LA Brit. How are you keeping, man, over there in LA? Good man. Mrs. P, G Wolf, Showbas Pachacam, IRA, Mohammed Colley, Joseph Misko, Red Slays, Jonathan Gallagher, who have I not mentioned? Lynette Giggs, yes, Lynette Giggs. Oh, sorry, we're just wrapping up, Lynette. You can go back and watch the start of the vid, though, and that'll give you an update on what's going on. Jonathan Dolby, Saint Fusion, Jarvis Cocker, yes, Jarvis, the United Way, Mohammed Connie. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks, guys. JP, everybody, Joseph Misko. That's going to be it from the pig tonight. Thank you for watching. Come back. Let me know what you think. But just to summarise, it's frustration all round. United can't get the deal done. We don't know our arse from our elbow. We're fannying around with Alex Telles. We're fannying around with Jaden Sancho. We're just a bunch of fannies, guys. Hopefully some good positive news to report on soon. I'll keep you up to date with it. Thank you for watching, everyone. Adam Maloney, Ren Chan, Mark Voot, Ellie Britt, Johnny Mouse, Jimdo Bobley, MBG, Sadek Rahman, Ryan Couchy, Ayuba Stephen Matthias. If you're just getting in, Nariden Abasumad as well, Ryan Couchy, Ascender. If you're just getting in, you're going to have to go back and watch the start of the vid, guys. But thanks for watching. That's going to be it from me. Cheers for tuning in. Have a great, what day is it tomorrow? Bloody hell, is it Friday? Yeah. Have a great Friday, guys, wherever you're watching from in the world. Or, you know, have a good night if it's Australia time or some shit like that. But either way, take it easy. Thank you for watching. This is The Pig. Have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Tark 13, T-A-R-K 13 as well, getting in there at the end. Look, appreciate you all watching tonight. Great live chat tonight, guys. Great interaction. It's popping off left, right, and centre. Shout out to all of you for getting in here. I hope I responded to you. If not, you know, you're a bloody legend. JP says, Pig, you ever met Yuma Biatch? Yuma Biatch. Yes, I have, JP. It looked an awful lot like you. Anyway, okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Patreon credits to say thanks to all the patrons, and also the tier 2 channel members appear on this list. I've got to add a couple more. You know who you are. In fact, there's a couple tonight, in fact, that have created their membership that need to be added. So really massive appreciation, Simon Cowie and also Joseph Misko. They'll be added to this list, plus Mr. Yolo Man and a bunch of others. But of course, the best thing you can do to support this show is just by liking the videos, sharing the videos, and interacting with me and everyone else in the comments and the live chat and stuff like that. So please do that if you want. But thanks for watching again. That's going to be it then for the show. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back, get your thoughts in about anything we've discussed, and sort your bloody lives out, United. Time for action. See you soon.